New game. New game. Oh my gosh. A horrible experiment. A horrible experiment in the King's Indian defense. Let's go back to the tried and true Queen's Gambit. Hey, NV Ains. Yeah, follow the channel, and I think depending on how long this one goes, we could potentially play. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, let me hopefully get back in the winning column on this one, and then I'd be happy to play you. I really appreciate you joining and following. Trying to build this thing slowly but surely. So if you're just joining Envy, was just trying to switch it up in my in my last opening with black, and played the King's Indian. My opponent played a really sharp line where he delays the knight coming to f3. He played a quick g4, g5, and basically just blew me off the board. I mean, that's the only way to describe it. So if I'm playing for my life, if I'm playing any important game, I play in a very classical manner. You know, I play the Queen's Gambit. I meet e4 with e5 and d4 with d5. But I really enjoy playing, at least studying like games in the King's Indian and the Najdorf and stuff, because they're just really fun. But I want this to be instructional, so I'm going to try to play my main openings for the most part, just because it'll be a higher quality game and I can explain my thought process a little bit better. Like, I had no idea what was going on in that position and really no idea what to do. I broke with c5 instead of the standard e5 in the King's Indian, and that was probably totally wrong with that bishop on e3 and the pressure down the d file. Okay, so we're playing a little bit of chicken here with this c pawn. You know, I think if white plays a move like bishop e2, if white plays a move like bishop d3, then I'm probably just going to capture. I've never been good at chess. My grandpa, however, was a professional player. He played against Garry Kasparov 3 times, losing 2 and drawing 1. Wow. Who's your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking? My first interesting story about drawing against Kasparov, my first over-the-board tournament was I lived in New York City for like 10 years. My first over-the-board tournament was in New York City at the Marshall Chess Club. In my second round, I played this really... Was it my second round? No, my third round. I played this really strong junior girl. Her dad was there and was a very strong international master. Okay, let me just digress for a second. Bishop e2. Now I'm going to take, so that I don't waste time taking on c4. Very common idea in the Queen's Gambit decline. Anyways, her dad was a really strong international master who had a really notorious game against Kasparov back in the 80s. Kasparov played this like simultaneous exhibition against the Manhattan Chess Club where it was basically Garry versus the Manhattan Chess Club. That chess club is defunct now, by the way. But you can look this up on YouTube. He played Garry and went into this forcing line in the Sicilian where there was a really quick perpetual draw in the opening. And Kasparov absolutely went ballistic that he played this line. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Basically saying he waited his whole life to play against a world champion, and you have this opportunity and you played a line like that. You know, how could you? Like, really crazy. It made sense though from the standpoint of the competition because, you know, as a team match and like a half point against Kasparov is really good, but Gary just absolutely freaked out at him. Anyways, that's the fact that your grandfather played him and drew him just jogged my memory about that interesting story. Okay, I'm going to try to chase this light squared bishop down. I'm going to throw the knight into e5. c4 square looks juicy. This is me in my element. Like, notice that other game, I was behind on time. I didn't really understand the my strategic goals in the position. Here I know exactly what I'm doing, and I've built up a nice time advantage, and I've totally equalized his position. This knight's hanging, this bishop's hanging. He's got problems on the d file. This is a really nice line in the Queen's Gambit declined. It's a really nice way to solve the issue of the bad light squared bishop. You know, because black has pawns on d5 and e6, just like in the French defense. So this is technically a bad bishop, but you can just fianchetto it and take on c4. You could even just maintain center control and get like a hanging pawn structure. That's how Spassky used to play. But my opponent here is in some trouble. He's got a real problem on the d file. Let's see what he does. I mean, I think for him maybe the move is bishop e3 to defend this knight. But maybe then I just play knight c4? Or do I have something better? I don't know. Perhaps bishop c5. Oh, okay. Well, he counterattacks in the center, but this is just completely losing. And my opponent resigned. All right, so we got one back there. Envy, if you send me a challenge now, I'm happy to play you before I jump off the stream. I do have... Thanks, Ray. Yeah, good game. This is really me at full strength is playing openings like these. But I don't, you know, I know a lot of streams where people just play the same openings over and over. And I'm trying to challenge myself and play a wide variety of openings, play e4, play d4, play a lot of stuff with black because, you know, that I want to also play variations that the viewers play too, just so it's instructional for them.